Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network. And believe it or not, we have been burning up this hour with so much information. And I am lucky, very lucky, to talk to the wonderful Emily Schwarz from ElderLife Financial on behalf of MorningStar Senior Living. And I want to put out a special thank you to MorningStar for bringing this service forward, because I think it's important. I know they have communities all across the U.S., all the way from West Coast into Iowa. And certainly they serve a lot of seniors that take advantage of ElderLife Financial. And it's great that they bring this resource forward to everyone. And of course, Emily and I have been talking a lot this hour about different ways in which ElderLife helps families, whether it's through a bridge loan, whether it's through any sort of assistance as far as community fees, moving fees, anything like that. And of course, we talked in our last segment about aid and attendance benefits or veterans benefits. And that's really powerful. But Emily, I want to welcome you back to this final segment. And it's been such an honor visiting with you. So I'm glad you're with us.
Sure.
So Emily, I would love to learn, just kind of give us a summary of, number one, let's talk about the bridge loan program. Do you have any like success stories or stories that might be relevant to families so that they can kind of understand how you came into the picture?
Yeah, so the bridge loan is used most often for a home sale, for VA benefits, sometimes for long-term care insurance, and even for existing residents. So here's just a couple of stories. So most popular is a home sale. And I know we've talked a lot about that. But we recently had a family down in Florida that was looking for a bridge loan while their home was selling. So Mary had a $131,000 home to list, and they needed to move into the community immediately. They reached out to the ElderLife Financial concierge, and within 3 days, we were able to fund a bridge loan. They needed $5,000 a month for rent and care. And so we estimated that it would probably take about 6 months for that home to sell. Now, the great part about this is they listed their home for $131,000, and they actually received $146,000 for that home when it finally sold. Why did that happen? Because they were able to fix up that home. I know we talked a lot about home repairs and staging the home, helping mom and dad out of the home. They ultimately got $15,000 more by utilizing our bridge loan. They were able to get top dollar, even in this tough real estate market, because the house was staged and in its tip-top shape, all repairs done. So I would say that's the one of the best case scenarios. That's what we see a lot, where families actually earn more for their home than they thought they would.
Yeah. And certainly now you charge a fee for this bridge loan. I'm sure you don't do it for free. So tell us just briefly about how they came out with that as far as what their fees were.
Absolutely. So there are two costs to the family. There is interest during the life of the loan. Essentially, it's an interest-only loan. It's usually around 9.99%, which is
bad.
It's not bad, not at all. $8 for every $1,000 you borrow. So if you borrow $2,000, it's going to cost you $16 and change. If the next month you up to $4,000, it's going to be $32 and change. So you're only paying interest during the life of your loan.
Wow.
There is an origination and support fee. It's typically between 3.5% and 7.5%. So let's say a family borrows $12,000. If their origination and support fee is 5%, they owe us $600. And they don't owe that until their funding comes in, until their home sells, until their VA benefit. So that family that I just mentioned spent $936, the interest and the origination and support fee, but they made $15,000 extra dollars on their home.
Right.
That's
huge. That's huge. So it really makes it a positive experience. So now, obviously, another example would be, let's just say you have a military couple. Yep. And let's say mom is has Alzheimer's and dementia, and you're trying to keep up with care. You realize that dad can't take care of her anymore. What happens? But their house is fully paid for.
So that sounds like someone who is eligible for VA benefits. So we not only can do a bridge loan on the home, but we could also do a bridge loan for the VA benefits. So in that situation, with a healthy veteran and a spouse that needs care, that veteran can get $1,750 a month. We will provide a bridge loan.
His wife.
Right. The wife is the only one that needs the care. So healthy veteran, sick spouse, $1,750 this year.
Okay.
So we will help the family with $1,750 a month, the exact amount of their VA benefit as a bridge loan. So they want to move mom into that community. You said she's got memory care issues. She needs to move in immediately. So we will provide $1,750 a month while they're waiting for their VA benefits to get approved, which is probably 4 to 6 months. And we will even add an initial community fee of 1 extra month of VA benefits. So that we basically act like the VA while we're waiting for the VA to say yes.
Benefits come through, which is really important.
And then, there's those retroactive benefits, which we haven't covered, but you do get money back from the VA from the first of the month after you apply.
Right.
You use that money to pay off your bridge loan.
Right.
It works quickly.
Right. So obviously, if dad doesn't need care, then he doesn't qualify for VA benefits. But once he sells that house, then what happens at that time?
So I guess that's almost a VA benefit question. If he's going to sell the house, and that's going to push them over the asset limit for VA, and they're already getting that VA benefit, we don't want them to lose it. So if they call in, we're going to connect them with a VA accredited attorney to move that home into an irrevocable trust before the home goes on the market. We don't want them to lose the benefit.
Right.
So yes, we can help with the VA bridge loan and help them keep their VA benefits.
Yeah. And so those are things that obviously we can work together on. So now we're just going to talk. I'm throwing out these scenarios because I think there's a lot of situations. What about a mom who has a daughter that lives with her, that's taking care of her, but she also has a home care agency that she needs to come in. But mom is a widow of a military military veteran.
Okay. So you can apply for the aid and attendance benefit, both on that home care agency, or in fact, the daughter can be paid as a caregiver, and she can sign the application to help mom apply for the aid and attendance benefit.
Right.
So either one works. The VA will allow you to use anybody as your home care provider as your medical expense. And still be approved for the aid and attendance benefit.
Wow. That's awesome. So now I'm throwing out all these scenarios because so let's say, for example, husband and wife live in another state and they're going to move into senior living across country. Obviously they have to get their house on the market. They're going to work with a real estate person or whatever to handle the house, but they have moving expenses. How much benefit do you provide in something like that?
So for the ElderLife bridge loan, you can take out as little as a $5,000 bridge loan, up to 50, even more. So it sounds like that family is going to need money for moving expenses.
Correct.
And then we can also help them with that initial community fee, those first couple months of rent while they're waiting for that home to sell, because likely they're going to move cross country before they list that house. They're going to want to get out of the house so it can be listed vacant. And so they're going to need the moving expenses, community fee, and at least
staging, repairs.
Yeah, absolutely. Should I give you another scenario?
Yes, please do.
Okay. So one thing that people don't realize that we help with is existing residents. So
Yes.
if you are listening to this call or watching this and you are already living in senior living, or your mom's already living in senior living and you never knew that ElderLife Financial existed, and you're struggling to pay that rent bill every month because your home hasn't sold as fast as you thought, or your
Happens
VA
all the
benefit,
time these days right now.
I know. Or your VA benefit is dragging along, even though Emily said it's only going to take 4 months. Maybe there was a hiccup. It landed on the wrong desk at the
Yep.
VA and it's 8 months or 9 months. You can contact ElderLife, and we even provide bridge loans for existing residents. So
That's
before you
amazing.
start thinking about moving mom and dad out of the community, have a conversation with us. We
Mhm.
also clear up arrearages. I just had a family in that situation. We provided $25,000 to their community because they were in arrears.
Mhm.
The next month, their house sold. They were able to pay it off, but they didn't
That's
have to be
amazing.
evicted. They were able to stay while they waited for that home to close.
Mhm, mhm. Well, and I think that's what's most important. And certainly look, hearing these stories, it's like, I keep telling families, one of the things I always say is I've now been in this industry for, I founded Answers for Elders in 2009, and I help families every day. And
Mhm.
one of the things that I always tell them is that I have never, ever been in a situation where we can't find care for someone. I've never put a senior out on the street, and I know that there's resources out there. So if your family is feeling kind of like frustrated or doesn't know where to turn, I know that you guys will be a great
Yep.
resource no matter what kind of situation you're in. And if they don't qualify for you, you have resources to refer out. Do you not?
Absolutely. Sometimes the bridge loan isn't perfect for them. We might be able to provide them with a personal loan. We are
Yeah.
always trying to find some solution to help you pay for your senior living. That's our
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Emily, how do we reach you?
Okay, so you can call ElderLife Financial at 888-228-4500, 888-228-4500, or check us out on the web at elderlifefinancial.com.
I am so glad you were with us today, Emily. It's been
My
such
pleasure.
an honor to have you. And I want to throw out a very special thank you to MorningStar Senior Living for having Emily on the show with us today. It's been a wonderful hour. And I have to say, I learned a lot today about what you do. And I'm looking forward to hooking you up with a lot of my network as well. So in the meantime, to each and every one of you, it is the holiday season. As we're moving forward, I hope each and every one of you are having a wonderful holiday. And most importantly, I know there's a lot of difficult times out there. Go on to answersforelders.com. And we have right now online a free advocate guide to help you host seniors. There's a lot of information about ways in which you can accommodate loved ones, senior loved ones that may have hearing issues or dementia or Alzheimer's or any of those things. So we encourage you to go to answersforelders.com and learn more. In the meantime, to everyone, be good to each other. We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.